just came out with their like Best of Vancouver. Thank you for not choosing my show. I don't care. I was like, people submit themselves. Come on, that's how it happens. But there was a thing in it that had like best bands, and one of those best bands was Hey Ocean. You guys heard of them?
Woo!
Yeah. Well, we have someone from that band here tonight. He's also the music force behind Beekeeper. He's got one of the most distinctive haircuts in the entire city of Vancouver. Please give it up for Devon Lougheed.
Hi, everybody. Hello. How you guys doing? Thought you were doing woo. Oh man, you are in for a treat because I have found a book that combines two creatures that to me are so mysterious, so beautiful, so impossible to understand, and yet I seem surrounded by them all the time. It's a book here, it's called Cats and Their Dykes. And as you can see on the front here, there's a totally adorable little fuzzy one, and she's holding a kitten. Whoa, that's edgy. So again, this haircut and the fact that I have a lesbian friend buys me so much cachet. So this is an anthology written by people that were lesbian cat owners who apparently have never read or written anything else before in their life. I'm going to read you a few little samples, but first I just want to give you a hint from the table of contents of what could be to come. So these are ones that I'm not reading from because they were even more terrible. So it starts with the introduction and then launches into Toward a Feminist History of the Cat. Same. There's one called Lessons in Love, followed by Cats Call No One Mistress. There's one, and this is actually my favorite one, and the whole thing is called Cats, Environmental Illness, a feminist bookstore, ? Point and counterpoint. And that one is it's a letter from a lesbian to a lesbian bookstore who was like, I can't go in your bookstore because you have a cat. And then the lesbian bookstore was like, sorry it took us so long to write you back, the cat is dead. Literally what there's a poem sequence called 13 Ways of Looking at a Cat. It's terrible. There's one called, and it's important that you keep in mind, this one is all in lowercase, a dark closet is not a pile of leaves. And I've never read a poem about somebody's cat dying of cancer that has made me go like this the whole time. It's more to do with the writing, I guess you have to hear it. Alright, enough of this. I think you want to hear something from it. So, I could just sit up here and read you everything. It's so good. I'd like to read you an excerpt of a short story, autobiography, something called Cat Fights. And just for the record, I'm going to be reading this according to the punctuation that's in the piece. So if something seems weird, that was thanks to Frances Rooney, who I believe is a lesbian. You and your goddamn cats! She stomped off into the night. Thanks, everybody. She stomped off into the night. From the darkness came a postscript. If you didn't care so fucking much about your lousy cats, you might care a little more about people and maybe even have some friends. She had always known how to hit a nerve. Yeah, apparently having no friends could be a hot button issue for someone. Anna and I had been lovers once. It hadn't lasted long, and we'd both been a little relieved when she'd given me a boot. Not the boot. A boot. But we were each other's first lovers of this new kind, and maybe something else, had given us an intimacy we both cherished and dreaded. We tended to see a lot of each other for a little while, then have a screaming fight like this one, and blast out of each other's lives, until we met at the laundromat or a demonstration or in a restaurant. Go to different places, lesbians! Okay, that's the end of paragraph 1. As I stared after her, wishing all kinds of horrible events to befall her on her way home. Period. I flashed the last time we'd screamed and stomped. The Cats had provided the match for the fuse that time, too. Sam, my first cat, had collapsed, and Anna had gone to the vet with me. When he died a week later, I was inconsolable. As I remembered it, every fucking thing in here is about a cat dying, too. Yeah, that's sad, yeah. So I was inconsolable. As I remembered it, she'd said on that occasion, "How come you're so upset about a lousy cat? You were never that upset about a human in your life, were you? Maybe you should save your love for people. They can give it back." Her cat just died. And I yelled back, "You don't know a damn thing about love, so don't preach it to me. Besides, no human ever loved me as freely and joyfully and constantly as Sam did." Oh, she talks like she writes. "And so why should I waste my time, you asshole?" Now here's something in parentheses. Asshole, in quotes, was my term for her. I decided to use it on her before she threw it at me. By the way, you guys are all total assholes. The vision that immediately followed, I don't know, followed what? Immediately followed that was one of our first night together. We had played and cavorted and bounced. We had played and cavorted and bounced until we broke the bed, split the frame so that it folded at both ends and formed a cocoon around us. After that, we lay quietly. I'd never held hands with someone who had smaller hands than my own. I felt at once cared for and protected, strong and protecting. It was intoxicating. She was at the streetlight now. This is a flashback to the original dragoon thing. She turned dramatically haloed and yelled, "Fucking cats!" I hardly heard it. I was thinking of one night when we cooked dinner in her kitchen. I hope this is more straightforward than what they did to the bed. We laughed a lot that night. It was not an ordinary night for us. And at one point she waved a spatula at me and said, "If your family asks about me, say you wouldn't like her. She's Catholic." And we choked on our wit and wisdom. And she dubbed me Sir Mary Margaret, but she missed and anointed my hair with the potato and onion covered spatula. By the time she reached the corner, what? What is happening here? I was feeling all warm and tender and nice toward her again. This is the pattern. If you want to describe something, say 3 words about it. But then it came back to me that I had written poem after poem for her, had written her long letters in my head, had even sent her one, and that she'd never written a word to or about me. But that was because I'd spent 2 years in the trivia of happiness and the complications of interweaving two lives. Whatever the reason, she made me feel exposed and silly and strange. That I'd scribbled about her and she'd never uttered a word about me. Yeah, that's right. It goes on into more, but I'm gonna stop that. And yes. I'm gonna finish here with the poem. Comes with a picture of a cat in case you haven't figured it out. This one dies too. But I'm gonna skip that part. So this one is called Cats. I loves cats, dat be dats. Oh, you just wait, guilty company. I loves cats, dat be dats, B-days skinnies, B-days fats, B-days tits, B-days tats. I loves cats, dat be dats. B-days here, I say scats. B-days gone, I say drats. Where are you at? Where are my cats? I loves cats, that's be dats. My job is so easy when you find this book. Days talks, we got chats. Days need love, we got pats. Days needs food, we got rats. I loves cats, and that's be dats. There's more. Days need shoes, we got spats. Days cold head, we got hats. B-days nights, B-days nice, B-days brats, I loves cats, that's be dats. Ain't no dog rhyme like this. Come here, cats, give me kiss. B-days nice, B-days brats, I loves cats, that's be dats. Thanks everybody.